Captain Artemis Tekin coming out. But it looks like number 18 in center for Austria, Rumpel. And we're off. Face-off controlled by Austria, going back to number 10. Sends it forward, going to be chased down by Eleanor Barter for icing early on. They will reset all the way down into Austria's territory. It's going to be fun saying Austria and Australia since people confuse these two countries consistently. I will do my best with my pronunciation today. We've got the same people out there, number 18 and number 11 for Australia. This face-off won by Australia, but picked up by Austria and running down the far side of the bench and dumping in clear of the red line back around the goalie. We do have Liv Gargano in net for Australia today. Back into the corner. Barter trying to interrupt that play. It's on the stick of number 14. Baker almost had control of it. Bellama going in for it now, and 18 sends it around to the other side and coming back up to the stick of number 2. Tekin back into the corner and sending a cross and a shot on and a waved off goal, so no goal there. And now a second attempt that goes into the back of the net. Barter fighting hard for that, giving Bellama a chance to get to the puck, but only momentarily. Austria quite scrappy at the moment, off of the boards, trying to get it out to the Australian player, not able to do so, still controlled by number 10, and a goal from number 10 on the Austrian team. That's Sinchnig, Joanna Sinchnig, number 10. We're at 18:59 in the game, so quick start for the Austrian team. Checking to see if they have number 20 or 25 in net for Austria. I think it is number 25, Reisinger in net for Austria. Here we go, face off. A little bit of instruction. Joanna Meissner won the face off, got it to the stick of number 17, Jasmine Chen, sending it in, picked up by the Austrians and sent down. Soren Powell is chasing that. Icing's already been waved off. 24, Emma Lintner carrying that across. Again, one of the goal scorers for the Austrian team and one of their tallest players as well. And a second goal, just a little bit messy in front of the net. Australia's going to have to shake this off quickly. They're going to celebrate with number 8 leading the charge. It looks like that goal will be for Hannah Papp. Line 3 heading out for Australia. And ready to go with number 12, Supan from Austria, and Sophie Rieder. That one controlled by Austria. D-to-D pass, setting up a play. Australia ready for it. They're trying to get in the way. Barter sends it back the other direction, and another shot, the save by Gargano. And coming up the boards, trying to come up the boards, was Briar Stenerson. Picked up again by Austria as the player goes down, and a shot and a save by Gargano. See if Australia elects to change the line again. They do. They had a little bit of bench trouble in their last game. It looks like they're a little bit more on the ball today, aware of when they want to change and how. They've put their line 1 back out. Face-off's going to be between Tara Baker and number 15, Siri Zimmerman for Austria. Face-off controlled by Australia momentarily. It's gone on to the stick of number 9. And that was Annika Mozesek. And now we're back into the corner for number 9 with Austria, who has control. Annika Herschel with the puck, looking for a pass. She sends it all the way across the boards, picked up again by Australia, but her teammate trying to get there. A little bit of neutral zone play. Number 11 dumps it in, shot on net before she goes for a change, and into the corner. Number 6, fighting for that, scooping it out, I think is Bellama. Hard to see from this angle. She's had a fantastic tournament so far. Over to number 6 defender for Austria, and back out to number 6 for Australia, Barter. And coming out back to Austrian defense, Tekin takes a little dump in, still in neutral territory, entering the zone finally. They come up, the far side, take a shot, saved by Gargano, big rebound, collected safely by Australia. Barter working as hard as she possibly can, and now Svirko trying to get that puck. Number 10 takes a shot, a little shoulder check from Australia, and undeterred, they take another shot, leg save by Gargano. Back up the far side of the ice, Tekin picking up the puck, coming in, trying to set something up. She's got number 10 out front, since Schnig is standing there as hard as the Australians are trying to push her out of the way. And still in the zone, comes out finally, still on the stick of number 10, Sinchnig, however. Austria getting a little bit of pressure, a couple of them going for a change while they set up something. Now Georgia Watts on the attack against Tekin. Puck sent in, back around, bounces off the boards, collected safely. I think that was Bella Ma who picked that up. Cryan sends a pass across the ice, and she goes for a change. Sent back down, shot on net, not icing, very good. Pryor now forechecking as much as she possibly can. Austria picking up that puck. Number 22 taking a run with us. Schrottenbaum entering the zone, left behind. Powell's going to pick it up behind the net. Picked up by number 8, back to Lintner. Lintner making some space, gives it back to the stick of number 8 and back again to Lintner. Bella Ma, unafraid. She's not one of the tallest players for Australia, but not afraid to go against Lintner. I love seeing that. Little accidental shot on net, and Gargano opts to freeze the puck and settle that down, which was a very wise decision at that moment. Currently the score is 2-0 in favor of Austria, 15:46 remaining in the first period. We don't get the shots on goal on the scoreboard, so it's difficult for me to see, but I will be tracking that the best that I can online at the same time. And we're off back into behind the boards for Svirko. Austria doing the best they can to control it. It's got stuck into the netting for just a second and back up the far side of the ice over to number 7, Schlagman. And Australia trying to get that play out. They finally cleared the zone. Some of the players able to go for a change. Number 13 from Austria, Pika with the puck, passes it up to 17, back up to number 12, Supan. Supan takes a very nice pass across to number 5, Amon, and back into the corner behind Liv Gargano. That one bounced off a leg pad and back out the other side, it looked like. Number 17 tries to take a shot. It was blocked. Meanwhile, the Australians are doing what they can to forecheck and press that out of the zone, but there's a little bit of bunching up at the same time. We've got one player, number 5, back in the corner for Austria, while the Australians try to come out. Breyer Stennerson clears the zone, goes to Herschel on the Austrian team, sends it over to number 11, up to number 12. She throws the puck in the zone and goes for a change back around the boards and over for Chen. Chen left it behind, however, and now Stennerson still on the ice, trying to bump the players out of the way, trying to make a clearing. Number 19 for Austria took a shot on and back up. Still in control, Herschel takes a shot, bounces off the legs of one of the Australian players. Herschel decides to send it to her D partner. Sent back across, collected by number 15, Zimmerman. Good pass over to 16, but a little bit of an early start offside for Austria. Give Australia a little moment to collect their thoughts and reset, get their lines set back up the way that they want them. Captain Georgia Watts on the ice with number 15, Hannah Cryan in center. Looks like Cryan won that face-off. Back in the corner, Carter's going to collect. She has number 10, Schinsnig, chasing her down. Bellama up to 22, Meissner sent it up further, and now we've got Georgia Watts chasing after it. This is a shot on, waved away by the goalie, number 25, Reisinger. Austria in control. They just lost control for 1 second, giving Georgia Watts an opportunity. Pressed into the boards. Austria kicks it out, and it comes out of the zone. Just past the stick of Barter. Barter's going to get there. Number 10 gets in front of her, Schinsnig. And Schinsnig, using her stick, bounces off the skate of number 14. A little bit of a dangerous opportunity. Again, off the boards behind Gargano. Austria fighting for it still. Send it out to Meissner. Meissner trying to send it across. Not sure. At the moment, it just looks like a bit of chaos for both of the teams. Now, Georgia Watts with an opportunity. She takes a nice long pass, but collected by number 22 on the Austrian team. Still in control of Australia. Cryan coming up the ice now, looking sensibly, flicks it off the boards, back around the goalie. Opportunity for number 14, Schmitz, the other alt captain. Passes are not really clear. Lindner just whiffs on the puck for a moment. She's being chased by Mojasek. Mojasek looks very feisty. I love it. And number 22 fighting against Tara Baker. Tara Baker not giving up. Looks like you can't see the ice from this angle, but it looks like she's able to pop that out. It's off the stick of number 8 entering the zone. That is Hannah Papp. Hannah Papp again takes a little shot around the boards. Over for Jasmine Chen, and Lindner crushing Chen and into the boards. We've been seeing quite a bit of clean checking in this tournament so far. It's been nice to see the physicality of the women's games without, I mean, it's aggressive, but it's not been dangerous. And a little goal there for number 13, just an unattended moment. That's Vanessa Picca with a goal. That will be at least her second goal of the tournament. Brings the score 3-0 for Austria from Vanessa Picca. Face off, they are ready. Artemis Tekin against Supan against Sophie Rieder. That one goes back to Austria, all the way into the corner. Over to number 12 for Australia, off of the skate. Very messy in front of the net. Good opportunity for Australia right now. But Austria sends a nice pass out of the zone. Svirko has control of the puck. She backhands it, picked off by number 13, Picca, who just got the goal in the last goal of the game. Back up to Sophie Rieder. She backhands it, stopped easily by number 11, Peeler. Peeler is on line 4 for Austria, so they are allowing their other players to play that one. Body blocked, and MMA pushes the player off of the puck. Back into the corner for Austria. They're just going to continue being aggressive. Stick lost. Attempt by Rieder to get that puck away, and now Breyer Stenerson doing what she can. Back over to Bella Ma, just cut off by Austria. Just as I said, there was some nice clean checking. We're seeing the aggressivity ramping up a bit already in the first period with 10 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. Attempted shot from Brandstatter on the Austrian team. And bodies colliding on the far side of the ice, coming back up to number 15, Zimmerman. And Hannah Cryan trying to press the body off of the puck. Soren Powell coming in there to help, and now we have a whistle. Arm in the air, we'll see what the call is. We've got the replay on the screen. We've got the alt captain coming in for Australia for a 2-minute penalty. Cross-checking on Barter, Eleanor Barter for cross-checking. Power play for Austria now. Australia trying to clear the zone, not able to do so. Lindner with the puck. Hard pass across the number 13 Picca. Picca trying to take a shot blocked by Schmitz. Sent back out to Lindner. Lindner, as I said, one of the powerful players. Picca drags the toe over stick, gets around, clears, sends it over to the corner to number 21 Kleinlarcher. Now an opportunity for Australia, but just left behind. Schmitz had it just momentarily, not able to clear the zone. Back to Kleinlarcher. Kleinlarcher coming around, and a shot for that hit the back of the boards. Coming back up for Austria. Back out to Lindner. They have a clear power play formation. She takes a shot, saved by Gargano. Bouncing puck, kind of frozen puck, fortunately for Australia. A little bit messy there for a moment. We'll see a replay of that shot from Lindner. Coming in full power. Line 2 for the penalty kill for Australia is now out. And number 12 on the power play, Supan, taking the center. That faceoff was won by Australia. 14 for Austria, passing it up back over to number 10. They're playing a little bit of an umbrella formation. Pop back out. Opportunity for Australia, not able to control the puck, but they are pressuring the players enough to not let something happen. Mess in front of the net again. Unfortunately, that was swept behind for Australia. And Austria is still trying to get there. Good play from Georgia Watts, being very aggressive and interrupting that. We have 45 seconds left on the power play for Austria. And the penalty kill for Australia. Back over and to the top from Sinchnig, and a shot taken by number 12. That was Amelie Supan. Changing up the lines, 30 seconds remaining in the power play for Austria. We've seen that Australia's been a bit stronger on their penalty kill than on their power play, so their special teams, I'm sure, have been working together as hard as they possibly can. Now Lintner in center, and I believe that is Hannah Cryan taking the face-off for Australia. Resetting their sticks. That one won by Lintner. Gets it back to Tekin. Pass across to number 13, Pekka. Back again to Pekka. Good opportunity. I think that was a goal. It was. They had planted one of their tallest players right in front of the net for Austria, and they managed to send that home. Looks like that was Lintner with the goal. I'll be checking the stats after the first period. Shots on goal, I'll come back to you when we start the second period. I'll be able to give you a little bit more information about where we're standing. Number 15, Zimmerman taking the face-off for Austria against Hannah Cryan. Hannah Cryan giving a good little push, but that goes back to Austria. Sending it back, weird bounce off of the board. Dangerous for the goalie. Goalie opts to cover it. Smart choice by Reisinger at that moment. 8:36 remaining in the first. And reset on the goalie's right-hand side. That puck goes back towards the Austrian team. Good pressure from Australia. Not able to get to it fast enough to move it out of the zone, but Mozicek was there. Meissner, one of the goal getters for Australia, is on this line and doing what she can. Popped out to number 15, Zimmerman. Meissner trying to stop her. 19, Obermeier, also fighting for it. Now Hannah Cryan with the puck. She clears the zone. Picked up again by Obermeier. In the neutral territory, Tekin tripped on the foot. It's going to be a penalty again on Australia. We'll see what the call will be. Yes, it is indeed tripping. And the player being walked to the penalty box right now, so it will go straight back onto a penalty kill. That's Hannah Cryan in the penalty box for Australia. Puck floating, not going to anyone. Barter decides to take control. She tries to whip it around the boards, not able to get her stick on it. Instead, Austria comes out with it and sets up a play. Another shot blocked, almost bounced out of the zone. Still on the stick of number 10 for Austria. Again, that's Sinchnig. And we have all the players trying to stop that puck from going into the net, but the goalie can't see it. There are two Austrian players. That is one of the biggest messes I've ever seen in a goal in my career, and a little bit of pushing at the same time. We'll see what shakes out. Meanwhile, Liv Gargano resets. Successful. Australia was able to keep the puck out of the net. No harm, no foul. We are going to reset onto the blocker side of Gargano. 1:32 remaining in the penalty on Hannah Cryan. Back to face off. It was alt captain number 14, Annika Schmitz, who took that face off for the penalty kill. Puck goes straight across. A save, another save off the leg pads. Gargano needed reset. Good clear from Australia. That's exactly what they needed to get their players off the ice. Goalie for Austria taps that out to the players. They're getting ready to set up a play. There was a little bit of forechecking going on. Georgia Watts now trying to get that puck, and she manages to send it back. Schittsnig sets it back up again to her teammate number 12, Supan. Back into the zone for Austria. Clear opportunity, and that was a bar down goal for Austria. You'll be able to see that on the replay, exactly what happened. You've got your player on the left-hand side of the screen picking that up, and a beautiful goal up and down. Nothing that Gargano could have done about that. Brings it to 5-0 with 6:54 remaining in the first period. Difficult game for Australia. They've been really able to shake things off and just keep fighting hard as much as they possibly can. Lindner now in center for Austria against Sophie Rieder for Australia. Puck goes back to Australia. Jasmine Chen loses an edge, but sends it into the corner. And I think we're going to have a penalty. Tripping penalty, this time on number 21 for Austria, Kleinlercher. So it wasn't a lost edge, it was actually a trip, but at this angle it's very difficult to see from where we're standing what happens on the ice in those boards nearest to us. First power play for Australia. As I said, there was a little bit of difficulty yesterday, 2 days ago with the power play against Poland. We'll see how they perform today. Georgia Watts took the face off, but the puck was immediately picked up by number 10, Schittsnig, and Meissner trying to stop her. Moves her from the puck. Barter has lost a stick, but kicks the puck out of the way. Lindner sends it back into the corner. Opportunity for Australia. Just very messy. Lindner is extremely aggressive, and it sort of seems to have flustered the Australians a little bit. Trying to take time, setting it back up. Nice clean passing now from Australia, but just misses the stick of the player. Back over to number 22 and over to Prosen, number 3. Who's going to come up the side of the ice and into the zone for Austria. Georgia Watts trying to stop that puck. She had Lindner crash right into her. And now Australia trying to dig it out. Watts digs it out. Lindner coming after her. That one out to the center ice. Over to Tara Baker. Tara Baker, pass across. Barter had to reach for that. Barter takes a shot on, floating puck, rebound not controlled, but Schittsnig was there and clears it easily. Stopped in neutral territory by Rieder. Rieder weaving around and into the zone. Rieder being pestered, has the puck in her skates. Picked up, sent back to the D. Chen just skates past for a moment. Chen sends it back over. And Baker tried for a one-timer, but wasn't able to get the puck where she wanted. Now Jasmine Chen sending it across to Rieder. Rieder trying to take a shot, maybe trying to reach Baker and not able to do so. Austria doing quite a lot of shoulder checking. And off of the stick of 14, another shot and a save from Reisinger. Well done for Reisinger. We have 19 seconds remaining in the power play with the penalty on number 21, Kleinlercher. Emma Kleinlercher in the penalty box for tripping. Face-off. Sophie Rieder wins the face-off. Back to Jasmine Chen. Chen sending it across. We can hear the Australians cheering in the crowd. Number 7, Mayer, back up to Barter. Barter sends it back around to Mayer. Mayer backhands it over to, I think that was Pryor, Maggie Pryor. And waiting, we have a player right in front of the net for Australia, but picked up by Austria. Pryor takes it back, sends it over to Rieder. Number 2, Tekken against number 2, Rieder. And now the penalty has cleared. Even strength. Austria coming in. Chen stopping the puck and leaving it back for Tekken. Tekken trying to pass across to 13. Gargano has to keep moving constantly because of the way that the Austrians are able to stretch the play across the ice. It makes it quite difficult for the goalie, who has to constantly be everywhere, side by side across the net. Sorry. Fighting again in the boards, comes out on the stick of Jasmine Mayer and sends it over to Jasmine Chen. Chen trying to clear the zone, comes across over to Georgia Watts, sent straight back in by Supan. Ryan over to Chen. Chen sends it a little bit too hard. Still in the zone, still clear. But it looks like that will go to Prosen. Prosen taking it out, passing it forward over to Pirker. Pirker sends it in. No, Pirker still has the puck in the corner. 2 Australian players on her, sent back out. May go for icing unless that goes straight on the net, and it does. Goalie comes out and taps that out, helping us out a little bit for Australia. Messner going for it. Austria playing keep away up to Pirker again. Pirker sends a nice pass, hits the skates, however, of Obermeier. Back in the zone. Meissner coming for it. Over to Barter. Back out to Bellama. Bellama takes a shot on and save. 3:07 remaining in the first period. Scores 5-0 in favor of Austria. Australia has been quite successful in getting early goals in the game when the goalie's not quite set. So we'll see how they go. Perhaps they'll have some more opportunities. They've been controlling the puck in the face-offs and doing well in that area. Austria sending the puck around the near side of the ice, the Schinsnig, and up to Rumpel. Florentina Rumpel, the star of the team so far with the goals. She's been sent down, arm in the air. It's going to go against Australia. And I'm not sure which player it was, but I did see a little bit of rough play. It looks like number 19, Briar Stenerson, going to the box of her own accord, knowing what she did. Stenerson for cross-checking. Second cross-checking call of the game for Australia. 2:44 remaining. Power play for Austria. Over to number 13. That one I think they tried to tip in and it bounced back out. Reset. Tekken sending it back to Lindner. Lindner to number 13. Didn't get the strength on the puck she wanted. Jasmine Chen trying everything to push that forward as quickly as possible. Jasmine Pryor also helping out. Lindner walking in, loses control off the end of her stick. Australia being effective at pushing the players off of the puck and winding that down. 1:23 on the clock. Back to number 13, Pika. Sent it back to Lindner. Lindner taking her time. Good pass over to the corner. Back to Pika. Another shot. Don't think it made it all the way to Gargano. 21-24 for Austria. 24 takes a shot, gloved by Gargano. Fell out of the glove, but she was able to freeze that easily. First minute of the penalty kill successful for Australia. Both teams like to jump lane now. 1:42 remaining in the period. 59 seconds or less of power play for Austria. Back into the corner, up off of the glass, gloved down by, I think that was Oshkin. Sent across by Schinsnig. Over to number 12, Supan. Supan walking in. She has several players open, but interrupted by Australia. Over to 17, Oshkin again. And behind the net we go. Gargano watching. They're doing a nice job of walking in, and a goal from number 12, Amelie Supan. That will end the power play for Austria. 2 penalty kills unsuccessful for Australia at the moment. Austria shows that they mean business. They took perfect control of the passing in that opportunity and kept walking in closer as they could to make those clear shots. Maggie Pryor taking the face-off. Looks like against number 15, Zimmerman. Back to Austria with the puck. Number 3, Prosen. Just shaking off Pryor. Sends it over to 22, Schrottenbaum. Back to Australia. Bella Ma backhands it up. Eventually gets to Maggie Pryor. Maggie Pryor taking it in, but it comes straight back out. Over to Jasmine Chen. Chen to Ma. And Ma sending it over. Hit the stick. Stopped by Austria. Mayer down. And here comes Austria into the zone. They're able to stop the pass. Player down for Austria. Krozen collecting it. And see Australia getting very pushy now. No arms in the air. It's going to be a physical game for the rest of the game. Good shot from number 16, Pirker. Good save from Gargano. She had all the time in the world to see that coming and was able to do what she needed to stop it. Austria is going to keep on going, controlling the puck as much as they can with 4 seconds remaining in the period. Coming around the other side, Gargano is ready. Back out, not enough time to get a shot off, and that'll be the end of the first period. Score is 6-0 in favor of Austria. Little bit of discipline issues for Australia with 3 penalties, 1 penalty on the Austrian side. For period 2 now with the face-off. We'll see what Australia has to bring. And that was a quick face-off controlled by Austria, picked up by number 2, Tekin, taking it into the zone on the near side of the ice. Sends it back behind. We still have Gargano in net. And coming out of the zone, the other direction, tipped down a little bit fast, but no icing. Tekin is there to send it back around. They're trying to set something up, but Australia doing what they can. Back up the ice we go in the opposite direction, up at the far side. Nice pass to number 10, left behind. Good leg save from Liv Gargano. Now onto the stick of Hannah Cryan, sent across to Watts, and an offside call for Australia. Got a little bit tangled up there when entering the zone. And we will reset just outside of Austria's zone. Looks like Hannah Cryan's ready for that face-off against Lindner, Emma Lindner. That one won by Lindner, back to Austria. And they're setting it up to the left-hand side of the ice, the far side of the ice. Cryan takes it over, sends it to Chen. Chen to Powell. Powell sending it, trying to get a pass up to Meissner. Picked up again by Cryan. Cryan wheeling around, and Meissner again with the puck. She leaves it behind. And now an opportunity for number 8 on both teams, Hannah Papp. Hannah Papp with the puck. Back onto the stick of Cryan. Cryan decides to move it herself. She comes up across the red line, sends it in around into the corner and fights for it again to get it back, and she does so momentarily, but sent around to Austria's defense. Johanna Meissner there comes back around the other side and out for Soren Powell to collect. She's trying to get control of it. She has Emma Lindner coming against her. Georgia Watts then chipping it back around the opposite direction to Jasmine Chen. Jasmine Chen looking for a breakout, sends it back across off the boards for Watts. Watts going to enter the zone just offside on Meissner. She wasn't able to stop herself in time. She knew that she did it, and she will go for a change. Looks like line 3 coming out to play for Australia now. And ready to go, Sophie Reeder in center against Amelie Supan. That one won by Supan, back to number 7 and set up to number 13, Pekka. Pekka coming in down the center of the ice, weaving around to the near side of your screen and back around behind the goal, back to her defender. Good D-to-D pass, a one-timer, blocked, tried to backhand it in, and cleaned up by Gargano. Well done. No one changing, everyone's going to stay the same. Get ready for another face-off with that line 3 from Australia. And number 12, Supan, also line 3 for Austria. Supan wins the face-off. They send it back again to Schlagemann. Over to 17, Oshkin. And Australia trying to get there. Another chance. Amon sent it back into the corner. Now Sophie Reeder with the puck. She shovels it out. Back to Austria. Austria backhanding it to each other. Just goes through the legs of Schlagemann. Momentary opportunity. Bellamont deciding to go in. The defender deep into Austrian territory. She's being covered amply by her center. A little shot on net. Still with Reisinger in net. Easily makes a save. We will reset on the glove side of Reisinger in the Austrian territory. I was just talking with number, sorry, I'm going to get my numbers wrong. I'm going to get my names wrong as well. Number 9, Mojžíšek. I was talking with her parents, trying to get the pronunciation of her name correct. So Czech Australian the family. Behind the Austrian goal, and 4 players tangled up there. Austria comes out with it on their stick, being chased by Maggie Pryor, but coming up the ice, trying to enter their good poke check from Barter, but nonetheless, Austria comes in, takes a shot onto Gargano, easy save. Setting up on the right-hand side of the goalie, as Australia comes in with line 2 now. Hannah Cryan trying to control that puck, tapped forward to Georgia Watts, but Austria again in control. Just goes past the stick of number 6, Brandstatter. Moving the puck forward is Eleanor Barter, sending it out. Austria resetting again. Nice pass to number 18, Rumpel. That one deflected back into the corner. Soren Powell going down, but making sure that that player goes into the corner at the same time. Meissner now fighting for it. Puck coming up the boards to Tekken. Tekken looking for an opportunity. Doesn't get one. Passes it across. Sets it up. Bounces it off the boards. Gargano on duty. Powell flicks it off the boards. Back to Rumpel. Rumpel out to Tekken. Tekken looking to take a shot. Blocked. Cryan tapping it up the boards, and might be icing, and it is. Unfortunately, she was not across the red line when that went. And all the players will stay on the ice for Australia while it's a feet there. Line 2 now. Both teams at line 2s. The line 2 for Australia looking to change. Meanwhile, fresh legs for line 2 for Austria. Lindner taking the face-off against Cryan. Lindner wins that, gets it back to Prosen. Over to 22 on Austria, and Pap with the puck now. Wheeling around over to the D. Nice formation on the Austrian team. They have very clear structure, making it look easy. 21 had momentarily lost a stick. Powell down now. Meissner trying to get that puck out of danger. Picked up again by Pap. Pap coming up the boards. Back to her defender. Schrottenbaum. Schrottenbaum across. Over to the D. Walking in. Taking a shot and a save by Gargano. Allowing Australia to make the changes that they need. You can see they're breathing heavy. Needing fresh legs out there. Setting up for the face-off. Sophie Reeder going to take that for Australia. Wins the face-off against number 12, Supan. Jasmine Chen moving it out. Gets it to Briar Stenerson. Stenerson going behind the net. And looking for a pass. Trying to get it to Reeder. Not able to. She's going to have to keep working at it. Svirko now with an opportunity. Jasmine Chen backing up. And that is just a mess. Gargano has to do a lot of watching. Good quick passes. Supan now with an opportunity, but Stenerson takes the puck, sends it forward, out to Schmitz and Reeder. Reeder trying to get there against her defender, but she was slowed down. Amon with the puck, just having a little bit of trouble bringing it into the zone. Redirected by Svirko. Svirko pressing her into the boards. Amon kicks it out. Back to number 13, Pika. And back to the defenders again. Pika again with the puck. Schmitz sends it back out the other direction, allowing Australia to take a change. A couple of the Austrian players also going for a change at that opportunity. Coming into the zone and falling down, however, was number 16, Pirker. And it looks like there will be a penalty on that play. Hooking call on number 4, Chelsea Svirko. So it's Svirko going to the box, first penalty of the second period for Australia. Penalty kill for Australia. Alt captain taking the face-off against Lindner. Lindner wins that, gets it to Tekken, but off of Tekken's skate. And now chasing it is Bella Ma. Chasing number 2, Tekken. Ma furiously skating. I love that. Number 21 bringing it in for Austria. Kleinlercher. Kleinlercher being pressed off of it by Barter. Picked up again by Austria. Ma back in position. Over to Lindner. Lindner down to Tekken. Tekken back to Lindner. Lindner takes a shot. Just hits the side of the net. Goes into the boards. Back around the other side we go. Australia trying to clear it out. Stayed in. Now cleared by Schmitz. Schmitz number 14, Annika. Alt captain. Into the boards. Austria is going to reset. Lindner sends it up to number 13, Pika. Pika enters the zone. Powell trying to angle. Pika goes around behind the net. Ma assisting. Pika picks it up off the boards. Pika still with the puck. Has an opportunity to pass, leaves it behind for Tekken. Tekken now taking a walk to Lindner. Lindner takes a shot blocked by Gargano. Gargano needs to get back in position. Might have hit her face mask. Tekken off to Pika again. Pika sending it across, and another shot from Lindner. I would not want to be taking any shots from her. Meanwhile, number 21, Kleinlarcher, parked in front of the net. Lindner over to Tekken again. Tekken shot, save, big rebound, but she got a foot time. Save that with 29 seconds remaining in the first play for Austria. Australia playing well, and Ma clears the zone. Allows the defenders to go and make a change. I think Australia makes almost a full line change at that moment. Just enough time to get back. Number 18 coming in. Passes it a little bit too hard for her teammate, keeping them away from the puck. 7 seconds remaining in the penalty kill for Australia. Watts now chasing the players. Supan trying to take a shot. Redirected. Sent to the stick of number 10. Zinchnig. 13 takes a shot. Save. And Gargano covers it up. Good penalty kill for Australia in the second period. We have 12:03 remaining in the second period. Still no one scoring in the second period for either team. And the play was a little bit more continuous with just one penalty so far for Australia. Australia continues to have a little bit of discipline problems, which is easy to do when you're frustrated by an opponent that's able to just make their way with the puck in every direction that they feel like. Austria is clearly used to playing with each other on a regular basis. Back we go. Australia trying to get control of that puck, and I think that they won the face-off, but Austria comes out with it and takes a shot on. Coming back around, up the other side. Tara Baker trying to block that shot. Comes off the leg pad of Gargano. Back around to number 16, Pirker. Pirker being pushed off the puck by Baker. Back to Jasmine Chen. Chen sends a pass up. Baker sends it out. More measuring the zone. She sends it into corner for 11 on Austria Biller. And back out 6 to Pirker. Pirker out of the zone with the puck. Nice pass, but deflected offside for Austria. They have to reset. Spirko trying to clear that. And meanwhile, number 9 just doing everything. Herschel for Austria. Breyer Stennerson fighting with her own teammate for the puck. Back out to Schmitz, out of the zone, and a very fast player, Pap, coming back in with it. She's able to control that puck, keep it, using her body to protect it. Beautiful play from Pap, and it's coming back out on the stick of Stennerson just momentarily. Pap's going to take it straight back in. She has her teammate there. She sends it across, not able to get a shot off. Gargano keeping watch. Out to the defenders. Back into the corner it goes. Now Emma Lindner with the puck. Lindner making change in direction. You can see how much taller she is from the Australian women, except Breyer Stennerson stands up close to her. And Sophie Reeder making a play now. Entering the zone on her own. Leaves it behind, but her player wasn't there because her line was changing. Breakaway opportunity. Good save by Liv Gargano. Beautifully done. And Lindner sends it back to Tekken. Tekken tries to take a shot blocked by Watts. Watts gets in the way of number 6 as well. Bounces back to number 6 into her feet. Here comes captain Georgia Watts trying to get around Tekken. You can see what she wants. Player pushed down. Loses her stick. Shot didn't go all the way to the net. Unfortunately, kept in by Watts on the other side of the ice. She is everywhere. She has stepped it up a notch. Number 6 coming around again for Austria, Brandstatter. She's setting up a pass, trying to get it to number 10, Sinchnig, but wasn't able to. Another shot blocked. Too many feet in the way. Too many Australians right in front of the goalie, but that's all right. Came out. Apparently still in the zone. Hard to see the line on this side of the ice. Joanna Meissner sends it up. Hannah Cryan going for it, trying to get around. Puts down another player. A lot of pushing happening now. Gives an opportunity for 14. Hackler sends it straight across from Gargano. Mojicek trying to get around. Austria just has a little bit more time to do something with it. They have number 6, Barter coming. Nice pass over to Meissner. Meissner takes a shot on and a save for Reisinger. Save and a whistle. Both teams changing lines. They will face off on the blocker side of Reisinger. Australia has their number 11, Tara Baker, taking the face off, but it went back to Austria. Austria controlling the puck, sending it up, nice pass, and entering the zone cleanly. Bellama watching, bounces off of the boards, comes out the other side to number 5, line 3, Annika Amon. And straight out front to number 12. Gargano able to stop it, but 12 was chopping, Supan chopping at the puck. Gargano taking a moment to catch her breath while the officials take the puck to her left-hand side or glove side. And here we go again for another face-off. Austria seemed to have sent that right back to Australia. Svirko sends it up to Schmitz. Back to Svirko. Trying to get away from Emma. Schmitz trying to get away from Supan. And Pryor moves it out of the zone. Mojicek waiting for it. Amon picks it up, trying to get around Svirko again. Svirko trying to get it to Schmitz. A lot of neutral territory play at the moment. A good struggle. Schlegman decides to do something about it, sends it back, and you can see these nice setup plays and a beautiful goal. Little backhand pass across the ice. Beautiful setup for Austria, and another goal, this time going to number 13, Vanessa Pika. That will be her second goal of the game, if I'm not mistaken. First goal of the period at 7:51 for either team goes to Austria. Score is now 7-0. 7:51 remaining in the game. Back to face-off. Sophie Reeder winning the face-off. Getting that back to her defender. Entering the zone now. And sending the puck into the corner. And a shot on from Australia. Picked up by Pirker. Pirker sending it out. Number 15, Zimmerman lost an edge and it went straight back into the Austrian territory behind the net and out on the stick of Obermeier. Obermeier sending it out. Stennerson trying to get there. Zimmerman taking it in, not deterred at all. And now Soren Powell with the puck, flicks at it hard, trying to get it to Ellen Schmitz. And still Austria fighting for it. Pops back out straight onto Gargano, but it was flicked away by Barter. Nice play by Barter. And here comes Georgia Watts. Just left it behind for a second. Gave Austria a moment. Barter trying to do something with it. Georgia Watts picks it up again. She takes a shot straight on. Good leg save by Reisinger. Kicked it back out the other side. Johanna Meissner back to Watts. Watts sends it out to Chen. Chen with some fresh legs. That shot blocked and gloved by Reisinger because it floated up into the air in a dangerous way, giving the rest of the line a chance to change. Watts is going to stay on the ice, it looks like, with her line. Lindner is out for Austria. Looks like it'll be Meissner and Lindner in face-off. Face-off won by Lindner. Back to Tekken. Tekken sends it around behind the goal over to Brandstatter and back to Tekken. Tekken now coming up the near side of the ice. Cryan pressing her in. Lindner sends it back around. Spherical going to sends it to the direction back to Meyer. Nice little check. Number 8 helping out Pap. And back to Tekken, Pap, and Lindner. It's a very strong line. I think that is their line too. That's out for Austria, but they are very strong. Lintner making room, takes a shot. I think Chen got her stick on that and moved it out of the way. Chen checking Lintner into the boards, comes out for Georgia Watts. Watts has got to be tired by now, but she sends that forward, doesn't go all the way in. We've got a player offside, and still offside. They're trying not to touch the puck. Watts trying to get out of the zone, does so. Had her arms up in the air trying to get free. Lintner still on the ice as well. Svirko chasing her. She changes direction. Lintner changes direction. Svirko is pushing her. And now the puck with Sinchnig. Trying to get Schmitz trying to help out. Cryan trying to help out. Lintner. Not clear where the puck is now. Here it is coming out with Schmitz. Schmitz making a move, getting some speed, being pressed into the boards by Schrottenbaum. Comes back the other way. And an icing call. Gargano made the right choice there, and a win to icing. Austria unable to change. Australia will hopefully have some fresh legs out now. Looks like Parker's back in center. Sorry, Baker back in center. Against number 18, Florina Rumpel. Tara Baker was the face-off, but Rumpel picks it up right behind her and comes after Ma. Loses control for just a second, picks it back up again, leaves it behind for 3, over to 22. Shot blocked by Ma, and comes out of the zone thanks to some quick thinking by Mojžíšek. And now stopped by Baker. Baker entering, sends it in, shovels it in, but it comes straight back out again to Ma. Ma sending it across to Barter. And trying to get in control. Australia trying to take control. Somebody's stick is on the ground. And the puck is stuck right in front of the Austrian bench. Barter holding on to it. She had Jasmine Mayor to help. And Austria enters the zone. Ma, good angling. She popped it out front to number 5, Amon, but not able to get the shot she wants. And another unsuccessful shot by number 7, Schlagman. Schlagman getting all tangled up between players. Australia is just all jumbled a bit, but they're starting to spread back out again. Getting back into position. They have just a moment. That one bounces off of the boards behind Gargano. Back out to Suppan. Suppan, good pass across to her defender. Nice shot. That one bounced up and into the boards and out, and hopefully Stennerson can get there. She does, but it goes back to Herschel. And still in the zone. Australia needing to clear that. They're getting tired. Herschel trying to take a shot. Blocked by Ma. That was amazing how she just supermaned her way right in there. I should say superwomaned. Stennerson. Nope. Back to Austria still. Mayer now trying to help out, and Barter trying to move the puck away from Amon. Puck still there. Bodies colliding everywhere. It is a rough game. Now, finally, an opportunity for Australia. Sophie Reeder, fresh on the ice, trying to take a shot. She was blocked. Also, I think that's Mayor trying to help out. Yes. Not able to get the shot off either. Comes back out onto the stick of Amon. Amon coming against Powell. Deflected behind the goal. And now Australia moving the puck forward. Nice pass to Georgia Watts. Georgia Watts moving up the left-hand side. And the puck comes around and almost out of the other side. Stopped just in time by Jasmine Chen. Georgia Watts trying to get that to her player Meissner. Not able to. Pirker trying to send it across. Almost offside for Austria. Hannah Cryan sending it back out again to Watts. Watts looks like she's found a way to make a move. She's put a shot on. The goalie tried to play it, but the whistle came almost immediately. Gives both teams a chance to change. Looks like Austria doesn't want to. Official has a word with the goalie, who looked dismayed at the call. Pryor now in center against Zimmerman. That one, another shot on, and another save from Reisinger. 2:12 remaining in the period. Only one goal so far in period 2. I think Australia can feel pretty good about their defensive work in period 2. They still are really trying hard to get a goal onto the board. So far, each of their games, they've had one goal. I'm sure they would like to see one or more today as well. puck all tangled up. It finally comes out to Austria with number 8 walking in onto Gargano. Gargano makes a save. A little bit of shoving there. Nothing too dangerous. That was Hannah Papp for the shot on Gargano. Very quiet in the house at the moment. Looks like Lintner's going to take the face off. Having a chat with Kleinlarcher, telling her what she wants her to do. Meanwhile, Maggie Pryor, I think, took that face off. It was Lintner of his own. Past the stick of Prosen. Australia brings it in. Back down. Pryor going for it. And Sophie Reeder trying to get there. Ellen Schmitz keeping it in the zone carefully. She tries to take a shot. Blocked by Lintner. Lintner making a move up the boards now. She comes in, just eking around. Almost taken out, but lift one leg up in the air. Was able to keep on going. Reset for both teams now on the blocker side of Gargano. 1:29 remaining in the period. Score still 7-0. I think this is Hannah Papp taking, no, number 18, sorry. Florentina Rumpel taking the face off against Sophie Reeder. Back to Austria. Austria taking a shot. And, oh, not a goal. It hit the crossbar, went straight down and out. So, no cheering. Did look a little bit dangerous, though. Soren Powell trying to clear that puck using her body. And up the boards, back to Schlagman. Schlagman takes a shot, hits the tip, I think, of Gargano's glove. Back out the other side. Sophie Reeder. And Austria trying to make some space. Back to Schlagman. Schlagman coming in now. Being hunted by Stenerson. She gets it off to number 10. That one they tried to deflect in, but it went into the boards. Jasmine Chen doing what she can. And Stenerson trying to get the puck up the boards. Jasmine Chen, she sends it out. That one will clearly be an icing call, but at least it will allow the players to breathe for a moment. You can see that they are breathing heavy. They have 30 seconds remaining in the period. They would like nothing more than to keep the score where it is or in a better position for Australia. Sophie Reeder going to face off against Amelia Supan. Won by Reeder. Back to Powell. Powell looks like she had a stick in her skate and went down. Still not up. Stenerson coming up the boards. Reeder now trying to move it out. Stenerson trying to help. Amon with the puck. Powell coming in against Amon. Amon pressing Powell into the boards. And number 13 for Austria sends it out front. Saved by Gargano. It was a nice shot by Supan, but Gargano was up to the task. She's having a great period. That will do it for the second period. We'll be back here in 20 minutes for period 3. It was very exciting. Less penalties, less goals. Only one goal for Austria in that period. So Australia can be feeling quite good about what they've done. That was one goal by number 13 Pika and one take that face off against Florentina Rumpel, number 18 for Austria. We'll see what kind of firepower Australia can bring out. I know they want to score in this game, and that one was won by Rumpel. It comes straight back to Tekken. Tekken taking a pass up to number 14, who gives it away back to Rumpel, bringing it in, and she tries to set up a pass. Unsuccessful for number 10, and back around we go. Rumpel coming around. Soren Powell now taking that, sending it forward, just stays in. Jasmine Chen bringing it out of the zone, sends it over to, I think that is Moyashek, and back to Chen. Chen flicks it forward, over to Baker. Baker trying to drag that through traffic. Sinchning trying to do something with it. Moyashek sends it back into the corner. Baker will go after it. Backhand across, over to Tekken. Tekken setting it up for Austria. Austria tipping it out, and Australia playing a bit more defensively, aggressively. That a lot of players tangled up and stretched out across the ice right there, but no harm done for either team. Bellama bringing the puck Oh, sorry, Johanna Meissner bringing the puck up and out and over the red line and into Austrian territory. Leaves it behind. Nice little shot. Save, but it flicked up and over and into the glass for a whistle. We still have Reisinger in net and Liv Gargano in net, so no change of goalie so far in this game for either team. Line 2 out for Australia now. It looks like Lindner ready to take that face off against Johanna Meissner. That one won by Meissner. Floats back. Svirko trying to get there. That one passed forward up to number 21. Poked away by Ma. Svirko sends it out of the zone to Meissner. Meissner just loses an edge down on the blue line and back up to Ma. Watts trying to make a play, but it goes back again to number 15, Hannah Cryan. Here comes Lindner against Ma. Ma undeterred. Klein Larcher coming into the action. Still playing in neutral territory. Meissner sends it up. Lindner picks it up on the other side. Georgia Watts trying to stop that. Lindner decides to take it backwards a little bit and sent in by her D. Svirko chasing that down. No icing. And Svirko sending the puck forward to Meissner. Meissner passing it up and picked up again by number 12 Supan for Austria. Now Georgia Watts with the puck. She takes it through the legs of Oshkin and back into the Australian zone. The puck comes. Ma just lets number 13 get there first and then takes the puck away and sends it up to Cryan. Cryan, good pass up to Watts. Watts tipped it into the corner. And she's going to press number 17 into the boards, and she's been tangled up. Briar Stenerson coming after the play, and number 13 now coming up against Barter and Powell. Shot saved by Gargano off of the legs and sent forward. Mayer not able to keep it out of the zone. Barter picks it up behind the net. Barter is being pestered by Zimmerman, Siri Zimmerman, and now number 16 takes a shot into the legs of Mayer. Another shot attempted by Herschel. Nothing happening. Passed up to Reeder. Reeder shovels it out and it unfortunately goes out of the zone, and it might be called intentional offside. Not sure. Going to face off just outside of the Australian zone. Sophie Reeder to take the face off against Zimmerman. Zimmerman wins the face off. Her partner not able to take control. Barter instead has the opportunity. The alt captain sends it across. And a shot goes wide into the boards. Barter picks it up on the other side. Lots of checking, shoulder checking in this game. All clean for the most part, but it is a very physical game. A lot of play in the boards and the corners throughout the game today. Stenerson trying to drag that out. Sophie Reeder, I think, in the mix, yes, with Barter. Meanwhile, the Austrians there as well. 4 Austrian players there and one in front of the net. Back out to Barter. Barter takes the shot. Oh, just high over the goal. And over to Pirker. Pirker brings it out of the zone. No arms in the air, but I think she did hit her head, giving Powell an opportunity to send a pass across to Barter. Good long pass. Barter sends it in. She wants to go for a change, I think, but she's still, no, maybe not. She's still in the zone. Poke check by Powell. Shoveled to the back of the net by Austria. And coming back up again, Maggie Pryor moving the puck. Stopped by number 6 of Austria. She gets it to Sinschnig. Sinschnig to Rumpel. Rumpel passing it back to Sinschnig. Just goes wide into the boards, back out to Tekken. Tekken poke checked by Powell, knocks her down in the shoulder, and Pryor sends it out to Schmitz. Rumpel sending it across. Australia gets their feet in the way. Johanna Meissner making a nice, efficient play. Sends it across the boards, bounces weirdly out to the other side of the boards. Tekken waiting, good patience. Some new players for Australia out there now. Mojžíšek putting a check on Rentner. I love that the girls are not afraid of size and they are playing their hardest no matter what. Meissner, not able to get the shot off. Coming out to number 8, Pap. Pap leaves it for Lindner. Lindner looking to make a move, but Chen made a very nice poke check. Also got her feet, I think, in the mix of that attempted shot, blocking it. Lintner's going to try again. She taps it forward. Austria can't control it. 22 picks it up, Schrottenbaum, and scooped up by Gargano. The players back off. Few changes in forwards for Australia now. Svirko and Chen remain on the ice for this line. Coming out to take the face-off is Supan. Supan number 12 against 22 Meissner. That one went laterally, but comes back to Austria. Prosen sends it across. That one shot saved by Gargano. And Lintner again, oh sorry, not Lintner with the puck, number 13 with the puck and over to 22. Checking by Cryan over to Meissner. Meissner making some room, being hunted, but has space. She sends a nice long pass. It was stopped by 22 Schrottenbaum by the other team. Oh, just trying to set it out to somebody, but nobody was in the right position. Barter collected it, sent it back to Ma. Ma sends it forward now to Barter. Barter to Watts. Watts coming up the right-hand side of the ice, trying to use speed and brute force to get past Herschel. Nice pass to Cryan. Oh, shot just a little wide. Beautiful play by the Australians. Watts backhands it out to Cryan. Cryan toe drags it. Beautiful play again, but into the leg pads of Reisinger. Australia's really had a reset. You can see that they're trying some different things now. They're trying to get something to happen, and the players have been switched up just a little bit. You can see just a little kick in their step right now. Stenderson coming in to help now to try to get that puck out of the boards. Comes straight out to 7. Number 7, she takes a shot high into the glass. Pops back out for Reeder. Reeder keeping away from Sinchnig as much as she possibly can. Pops across again to Ma. Ma now maybe making a move. Moving it forward into the zone. Pushing Oshkin off of the puck. But Austria is going to be able to make a play. Cryan was there. Comes out of the zone. Over to Obermeier. Obermeier brings it up the boards. Leaves it in the corner for Ma. Bellama chips it around, collected by Obermeier. Obermeier sends back, just misses the stick of her teammate, or just over the stick, a little bit too much mustard on it perhaps. Prosen sends it forward back into the zone to Rumpel. Rumpel is a danger, as we know. Schmitz trying to get to that puck, being held by Austria. Shot saved by Gargano. Rumpel trying to get it, not able to. Breyer Stenderson instead passes it forward to Schmitz. Gets past the stick of Peeler. And coming around the other side, Reeder with the puck. I think that we see some of the line 4 players from Austria out currently, but also with Florentina Rumpel, who is their line 1 center. Baker trying to get that away from Batchelor. And back to Tekken. Tekken trying to send it forward, bounces off the boards. Rumpel not able to get control. She's being shoved off the puck by Chen, who lost her stick. And a wrap around, just gets past Chen over to Mojžíšek. Mojžíšek now coming forward. Gets it to Schmitz. But Tekken takes it away and sends it straight back out. Gotta be careful not to go offside. Meissner enters cleanly. Just leaves it beyond the skates of her opponent, and is again pressed into the boards. These girls are all going to be sore tonight, both teams. Back around to Sinchnig, sending it forward to Batchelor. Batchelor, or probably Bachler, takes a shot and the save by Gargano. Good time for a whistle. Both teams taking the chance to switch it up just a bit. We don't get the shots on until after each period, so I'm not able to update you on where we stand, but you can find all of the stats on IIHF.com under the tournament information. Lintner with the puck in the boards, pressed in hard by Barter. Meissner coming in to try to move the puck. The puck is free. Not clear who's going to control it. Back to Prosen. Prosen sends it across to Tekken. No, not Tekken, sorry. Number 22, Schrottenbaum. Back to Lintner. Lintner again pushed into the boards, trying to get it to, I think that's Hannah Pap, perhaps. And another shot goes wide into the boards. Picked up again by Schrottenbaum. No penalty on that play. All good. Nice and clear. Lintner again. Moving beyond Georgia Watts. That hit the shoulder of Liv Gargano and it deflected up and over. And number 21, Kleinlarcher with the puck. She sends it up to 17. Deflected shot and a goal from number 24, Emma Lintner. First goal of period 3 at 9:45 of play. And a clear assist from her teammate. I believe that was number 17. That will be the second goal for Lintner of this game. Brings the score 8-0 in favor of Austria. You can see that the Australian women look a little flat, but they have not stopped fighting in any of these games, regardless of what the scoreboard is showing. False start. Number 12 in center against Sophie Reeder. Number 12, Amélie Supan. That one goes in control of Austria. Player not looking in the right direction, wasn't able to pick it up. And they're fighting for it out there. Number 5, Amon, sends it straight in and across the goal. Bellama fighting for that. Has the help of Jasmine Chen. Chen and Stenerson using their bodies and pure grit to try to move that. Sophie Reeder waiting for the puck to pop out, and it does. And she has that on her stick now. She's able to move it. Sends it up and out of the zone, but back into Austrian possession. And they continue to control the game. 13 passes to 12, just goes past her stick. Bellama sends it back out again. 13 picks it up again. That's Pika. Pika back to Oshkin. Oshkin to number 12, blocked by Jasmine Chen. Stenerson sends it forward to Mayer. Mayer playing a bit more in this game than I think we've seen in the previous games. And she's playing very well. That one, the ref has to jump out of the way. Up to Supan. Supan dumps it in and goes for a change. Soren Powell with the puck, trying to keep it past the players. Kept in just by Prosen. Another attempted shot. Oh, and a goal that was messy behind the net. Barter was there. Gargano had just swept out a little bit too far to make the first save and wasn't able to get back in time to cover for the second. A little bit of disappointment now on the faces of the Australian women. The second goal looks like it will be going to number 16, Perker, for Austria. That first goal of this period did go to Emma Lintner, assisted by Oshkin. And we're off again to the Austrians. Tekken being chased by Spherical. Back to Tekken. Tekken setting it up to Sinchnig. Sinchnig sending it across. And a good save again by Gargano. Had her leg in the right position. Number 14 being pressed by Barter. Not able to do anything. That's Bachler. Over to Banstetter. And finally out of the zone is Barter. Barter sending it across. Offside, unfortunately, by Schmitz. Close call, that one. The second goal of the period, making it 9-0, was by Leandra Pirker, number 16, assisted by Pia Obermeier and Valentina Prosen. Just outside of the Austrian zone, Johanna Meissner going to take this face-off against Lintner. Not sure what the discussion is about. And Lintner wins the face-off. Prosen with the puck. 3-on-3. Number 3 on number 3. Back to Chen, and Chen trying to stop it. Lintner takes a shot, was deflected, goes wide into the corner for Jasmine Chen to pick it up, send it forward on. If it's not a shot on, it is a shot on by Jasmine Chen. Beautiful shot on at great distance. Keeping that into play, allowing Meissner to get there now. Although Austria maintains possession, Ryan pushing her off the play, off of the puck. The puck's now behind the net. Lintner deflected by Watts over to Klein-Larcher. Back up to Klein-Larcher. She's looking to take it into the zone. Chen was there to sweep it away. Picked back up again by Lintner. Lintner now maneuvering around, trying to get in close, and that was an up and down goal all day. Difficult to stop at 6:42, bringing the score up again. So Lintner now scoring 2 goals in this period. That was her hat trick for the game. I'll be looking at her stats after the game to see where her standings are in the overall race for goals and overall points. We are now 10-0 with 6:42 remaining in this game between Austria and Australia. Sophie Reeder and Amelie Supan. That one won by Reeder, picked up by Barter. Barter flinging it hard into the boards and around the other side for her teammate Schmitz to get there. Kicks out and being renegotiated by Stenerson. Stenerson leaves it for Barter. Barter takes a shot. Good opportunity to make some mess in front of the net, but Schmitz was knocked down. That one out front. Unfortunately, no one there, and Amon now with the puck. She's got a player behind Bellamont, who unfortunately for them goes offside. Australia takes the moment to change their forward line. Austria, meanwhile, checks up everything. And here we go again. That was Baker winning the faceoff, picked up by Austria. Austria up the side of the ice, not able to get another goal off. Player slides into the boards, and Australia, Mojicek bringing that up and sending it into the boards. Tekken passing it forward onto the stick of her teammate. 3 players in a row against 3 players on either team. Nice matchup. And a bit of pushing again. We need somebody else to come in and pull that puck out. And we have an Australian coming in and Austrian stopping it, but Gargano took a little shot into the leg pads. Back out to Tekken. Very, very physical checking game, actually. And out to Mojicek. Mojicek being pressed off the puck by Brandstatter. Pirker coming into the zone now. Pirker takes a shot, blocked by Gargano. That one comes out again to Brandstatter. Back to Pirker. Pirker trying to get it into number 14, Bachler. And Joanna Meissner sends it around the other way, out of danger, but back to Prosen. Prosen fighting for it. Watts takes it. Watts trying to take control. They're playing the body, and yeah, there's a lot of playing the body in this game. If the puck's not doing what you want it to do, you just play the body. Very few penalties so far in the last period, and this one as well, with 4:38 remaining in the game. Score is 10-0 in favor of Austria, who were ranked number 3 coming into this game. They're muscling their way through. Cryan now backhanding it, trying to get it out of danger. Jasmine Chen trying to do something. Meissner trying to do something. Cryan picking it up now and coming out, making an advance, bringing it into the territory. Face-to-face hit right there, no calls. 18 sends it across from Austria over to 14, back out of the zone, tipped in by number 10, Sinchnig. Players tangled up with their sticks. It is getting very physical. It was already. It's continuing to be. Player looking for an opportunity, decides to send it out to Oshkin. Oshkin sends it across over to Schlagman, and another goal coming off the stick, I believe, of Schlagman. We'll follow up on that momentarily. It is number 10, Sinchnig, for the goal. will update that as soon as we can, and I'll give you the assists as I'm able to see. Lintner now ready for face-off against Sophie Rieder. That goal was Sinchnig assisted by Schlagman, so Schlagman sent it, Sinchnig tipped it in. Lintner having a word with Rieder. I'm not sure what the delay is. There's a discussion with the Austrian bench at the moment with the coach as we wait. And now they're calling over the Australian coach to have a chat. Score is 11-0, 3:47 remaining in the game. And it looks like we're ready to go now. And there we go, back to Austria. Herschel sends it right in front of her goalie to her D partner. And trying to chip it out, kept in, however, by Pryor. Pops back out this time to Svirko. Svirko trying to get it back up to, sorry, that's Mayer. I said Mayer. Apologies for saying the wrong name. Lintner, already 3 goals, going in for another. Hits that one into the back of the net. Gargano was ready for her. That one, another shot, goes high and over the goal into the corner for Kleinlercher. Jasmine Chen moving the puck, has a pass, sent it just past Sophie Rieder. Rieder had her stick on it, goes into the corner. Rieder's going to go for it against Herschel. Lintner waiting for it, receives the puck, turns around, passes it across to Amon, and comes back out. Maggie Pryor now with the puck. Taken away by number 13, Pika. Pika looks for a backdoor entry and a good save by the defense women of the Australian team while Gargano was occupied making those saves, and another save right at her. Eleanor Barter sends it around the boards, trying to get it up to Rieder. Rieder taking control now. She sends it up, blocked by Austria. Grandstander sends it back for Tekken. Tekken's going to pick it up in the corner. There's an arm in the air. Delayed penalty on Australia. And no whistle. Maybe not controlled. They entered the zone with the puck. Maybe it was potentially offside. Sorry for that. No penalty to speak of. And back we go. Opportunity for Australia if they can get to the puck. But Austria gets it back up to Supan. Supan sends a nice pass across to Amon. Amon takes a shot. Blocked. Chen now with the puck. Kicked away by Amon. Chen moves it forward, keeps it away. Sent back around the other way, but unfortunately Australia going for a line change. And so was Austria. Supan sent a backhand back into the zone and went off the ice. Chen backhands it out to safety. Georgia Watts coming for it against Prosen. Prosen moves it forward. And Hannah Cryan trying to backhand it out. Still in the zone. Number 3, Prosen. Blocked shot. And Obermeier now looking, gets it out to the defender. Austria pushed off the puck by Meissner. Meissner leaves it behind for Cryan. Cryan sends it out, kept in by number 22, Schottenbaum. Austria walking in, shot, I think it was deflected by Gargano up and over. And now an opportunity for Georgia Watts. Takes the puck, sends it off the skate of Meissner. Picked up again by Austria and out. Fresh legs on for the defense for Australia. They get the icing call, and they will have 42 seconds in the game with a face-off right in front of the goal for Austria. Perhaps they'll be able to do something with it in the final seconds of the game. Sophie Rieder's going to take the face-off. Looks like Zimmerman will be opposite. That one won by Rieder. Over to Stenerson. Stenerson keeps it in, and it's kicked out by Pirker. Bellema trying to shake off Pirker. Changes direction. She's going to move in. Sends it off the boards over to Rieder. Rieder being pushed out by Oshkin. Back around the boards. Bellema still in there trying to do something with it. Stenerson picks it up on the blue line, keeping it in to Rieder. Rieder's shot on. Good save by Reisinger. And the puck comes out now. Svirko trying to stop the play. Ma there as well. Several players tangled up while that puck went right onto Gargano. She wasn't able to stop it. Another shot, very messy, right at the buzzer. 11-0 win for Austria, with many whistles being blown at the moment. We'll just wait and see while the Austrian team comes out. There is an arm in the air. We'll see if there are any other penalties called for the end of the game. But they are getting ready to shake hands. Austrian team congratulating each other. Australian team giving some love to their goalie at the same time. Having a good chat. She faced so many shots. Liv Gargano stood tall throughout the game, and I think that the Australians can feel proud for fighting as hard as they possibly could in the situation. We'll go in for the handshake.